Whether you're making a birthday card, a wedding or anniversary card, or just a simple greeting card, an easel card is one way to make sure it's really special. To get started, you'll need your basic crafting tools, your Cricut machine, cardstock, scoring tool, pen, foam dots, and some adhesive, a hot glue gun, flowers and ribbon, or anything else you wish to decorate with to make your card really stand out. There are score lines across the centre of the card here and halfway through the card, so it's a round card, which would make sense as there's a hat. And then the score line across the centre here is actually what makes the easel part possible. So this score line is very important. Next, we're going to glue the white circle onto the base of the card. This is going to be inside the card. Make sure you glue it to the base that doesn't have the score line down the centre. This is where you would write your message inside the card. I have chosen today to use Recollections Mixed Media Glue. It dries clear, it dries quickly, but you could use a double-sided tape if you wanted to. I'm also using my glue for this. Because this is a intricate cut, I've actually put some of the glue into a small fine point bottle that I got from the dollar store. This makes these projects a lot easier, and as you can see, I'm using my tweezer tool to pick it up so that I'm not getting glue on my fingers and then accidentally putting them on the card as well. Once you've got that bottom one down, repeat the process with the same but slightly smaller version, and then you're going to stick this one on top as well. I've sped it up a little bit because I'm just gluing, and you can follow along and see what I'm doing here. But glue that into place. These are the detail parts of your hat. We'll glue the back of this one onto the bigger base. For the top part of the hat, we actually have to create a 3D section. So you can see the score lines along here on both sides of these, creating tabs. We have to fold along the score lines. Now you can do it on the board, you can use your hands, you can use a ruler if you want. The scraper tool was pretty useful for this. And you just want to fold along those score lines because we have to create the 3D part of the hat, which means gluing the tabs to these circles to create that. So score it all down, and then I'm going to show you how to glue it on. Once both sides of the tabs are folded down, we're going to glue these circles together. Now in the design, you can use one circle. I'm using two for each because it's going to reinforce it and make it a bit thicker, a bit stronger, and therefore make the hat part a bit sturdier. You can also glue part of it, stick the tabs on, and then glue the other circle on to cover up the tabs. But I find you're not going to see these tabs anyway once we put it all together. We just put glue around the edges. If you find an easier way to do this, please add it in the comments below. This is a little bit fiddly, and it takes a bit of time, but you want to press down those tabs as you go around. I found this was the least messy way to do this. The first time I did it, I made a lot more mess with the glue. I think I stuck the glue on the tabs, but then you end up kind of with glue everywhere. So if sticking on the circle contains the glue a little better, it makes the process a little tidier as well. And you want to be careful that you're not getting glue all over the top or bottom of the hat while you do this. Now it is a bit too long, so I do cut off some of the extra tabs so that I can overlap the edge here nice and tidily without having those extra tabs getting in the way. Repeat the process with the other circles, adding them to the opposite side, pushing down gently on the tabs. Pushing in the middle, you would create a dent, so be very careful that you don't create any extra dents in the hat. And once that's all together, we can glue it across the base. Again, I'm holding it very gently by the sides because I don't want to squash this at all, and then push it down gently onto the top there. And as you can see, it is starting to look like a little hat. We leave that to dry for a second. Now to create the magic easel part. This actually looks really, really cool, and it's really not that difficult to create. The important bit is knowing exactly where you're putting your glue, because if you put the glue in the wrong spot, this is not going to work. So just glue the front tab here, and you can use double-sided tape or whatever you prefer. I'm just killing it with the glue here. and then you're going to stick your hat on top. And only gluing half of this circle, so along up to the score line and the bottom half of the circle. Pressing it down, making sure the card is lined up all the way around, and then just testing that it folds up. And as you can see, that's how the easel card works. Don't pull on it too much until the glue is dry. For this card, I chose to use these paper flowers, which I got from the dollar store, Handmade Paper Flowers 3D. There was a selection of paper ones and fabric ones, and I've got a bag of scrap ribbon here, so I just went through and chose a colour that I like. Always keep your scraps, they're always useful for something, so I have them all organised by colour and I can use them for different projects. This little label here says Happy Mother's Day, and it was written with the Cricut. The machine writes it for me, which is really great because it's much neater than my writing. But you can switch this out. You can change a design in Design Space to say Happy Mother's Day, Happy Birthday, with sympathy, congratulations, whatever you want it to say, and then you can stick that tab on. And this really is the bit that's going to keep the card standing in that easel position. And I've got some foam dots here, also from the dollar store. And they are sticky on both sides. You stick them on, peel off the bags, and then you can put them on the card. So it's very easy to use this card for any occasion really, and any kind of style. I do like the round. I might experiment with some different designs, maybe some other hats or maybe something else that is round that I could turn into a card. If you have any ideas, please add them in the comments below and we'll see if we can get something going and maybe have a custom design that I make using this technique. Now I add the ribbon. Now this is optional. You can add any kind of decorations you want on your hats, whether you want to use fabric that you have, lace, thicker ribbons, sheer ribbons, bells, whatever you want to add. I've chosen this thin ribbon here to go around the center, and once I tidied up the edges there, I'm going to add my flower details. So I have these leaves were cut on the Cricut and I've scored little lines down the middle just to give them some shape. Now you may have noticed this card is not flat. It doesn't fold flat and pop up like a pop-up card, so it will not go in an ordinary envelope, and most envelopes aren't round. So if you do want to gift this to somebody, you're going to need to put it inside something. Now I've actually designed a custom hat box that fits this hat perfectly. It's also shared in Design Space for you. Just find me in Design Space. I will try to add the links below this video for that next card. So if you want to make the hat box to go with this card, and then I'll share that video here now as well. So that is our card pretty much finished today. Like I said before, this will work for many different occasions. You can have it in a variety of colors and you can decorate it however you like. It's really up to you. This card and the easel design especially is really, really versatile. Thank you for watching today. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and consider subscribing to my channel. Click the notification bell and check out some of my other cool card videos. I have everything from pop-up to glow in the dark. And if you want to do that hat box to go with this, then check out this next video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.